I'm seeing a lot of bad trend these days. Many people have started to fail the PMP exam recently. And I'm like forced to make this video because I don't want you to fail the exam. Why are people failing the exam? Is this even true what I'm telling you? How did I come to know that people are failing the PMP exam? These are some of the questions which I want to answer in this particular video. On top of that, I want to give you top 5 reasons why people fail the PMP exam in their first attempt. Do watch this video till the very end because I don't want you to fall into that category where you come back and say that I wish I could have watched this video before my actual PMP exam. Hi, my name is Varun and I am the founder and CEO of Edu HubSpot. We are an authorized training partner with PMI, which has given thousands and thousands of PMPs to this industry. Before I even start, why is this happening? I want to tell you how do I know about this? And I'm a very straight to the point person. I'll be very honest with you. My revenue numbers have increased recently in last 2-3 months time frame. And whenever the revenue numbers increase, I always sit with my team and I try to analyze the reasons for it. I correlate the revenue numbers with the number of emails, YouTube comments, and the LinkedIn messages which I am getting these days, which are telling me that Varun, we failed the PMP exam in first attempt. I'm getting YouTube messages where people are saying they're self-doubting themselves that I don't have the fundamentals of project management. Is this the reason why I failed? Or a LinkedIn message I'm getting like Varun, I failed the exam. Or emails where people studied for 2 to 3 hours a day for 3-4 months and they still didn't make it. Does this mean that PMI has made the exam difficult? Maybe. I'm not denying that fact. We don't know about that part. But what I know is that these are some of the 5 reasons which I know for a fact that this contributes towards people failing the exam. So let's start with number 5, being lazy. What do I mean by being lazy? I get many people who study for their PMP exam, who start their preparation, but because of their personal and professional life, they give up after some time. And this PMP exam is very tricky. It's not easy. The questions which you are getting are scenario based questions. So you have to make sure your fundamentals are strong to answer any particular question in the exam. And how would that happen? You start a preparation, you study for 10-15 days, and then after that, something came up in your personal life or professional life. You didn't study for 5-6 days or 10 days maybe, and you forgot everything. That's a very typical trend. And then after that, we procrastinate. Like, I will be very honest with you. I want to go to gym. I've gained so much weight, but I want to go to gym. And I always say that I'll start from Monday. I'll start from next Monday. But for me, that next Monday has not come up yet. That is the problem with the studies as well. Like, similar problem. We don't start. We are being lazy. I prefer to watch a Netflix movie as compared to giving something, a valuable content to my students. I do that all the time. But still, I'm so motivated that I give up on all those things for some time. I work towards it so that I can give something valuable to my students. Same is the case with you guys. You have to make sure that you study for 2 to 3 hours. Don't be lazy. Watch a Netflix movie or YouTube video later, but not at this time. When you pick up the book for PMP, make sure you clear the PMP exam in those 2 months of time frame. Set up a study plan for you and just knock this down. Then enjoy. I'm not saying not to enjoy. I am telling you, make sure that you define your priorities properly. Reason number 4, overconfident. And overconfident, what do I mean by that is, when I used to train people, in live classroom. Now we are all virtual. I remember, many times my students had 15 years, 20 years, 30 years of experience. And I'm like a guy, who has not that many years of experience, training them, telling them how to manage their projects efficiently. I mean, it may not be right? You definitely may have more experience than me in managing a project perfectly, better than me. You might have done that. But that does not mean that you can pass this exam also. Of course, chances are very high that you can pass this exam, but there is a proper mindset which you need to keep in mind while answering the PMP question. A lot of times people have that overconfidence in them that I can knock down this exam, I can easily do that. So they go half prepared in the PMP exam, and when they see the questions where the answer choices are so related with each other, they make a mistake. They fail the exam. So please be grounded, study as per the study plan, what you have set it up for yourself. Do something which is making sure that you are understanding the concepts. Come to me, come to XYZ, do anything, whatever you like, but make sure you understand the fundamentals of the PMP exam and then only give the PMP exam. Don't be overconfident. Overconfidence, not just in PMP, in life is not good. Reason number 3, didn't get the right mentor or support. If you go on Google right now and type the word PMP, you will get thousands and thousands of results. Most importantly, if you get the results on the top from the companies who have spent millions of dollars, and I'm not making this up, I'm telling you a fact, millions of dollars in advertisement, millions of dollars in search engine optimization, in SEO, so that their results come on the top on the very first page. And when we reach out, we go into their funnel, we reach out to their website, talk to their sales team, and done. They'll give you all the funny, all the good discounts and everything, keep on pestering you, annoying you by calling you and doing all those fancy things to make sure you enroll and sign up. Please don't get fooled by these gimmicks. Most importantly, what you need is you need a right mentor or a right support. I have seen that people take 4 days of training, 5 days of training, 10 days of training, 12 days of training, but after the training, they don't get the right support. And in order to pass the PMP exam, those 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, anyone can give you. Any company can give you. I'm not denying that. But what is more important is you really need the help after that training. You need someone who can give you, who can make a study plan for you, who can tell you exactly what you need, what to study. You will probably end up like I get so many people who get fooled by these kind of gimmicks and they sign up. Then they come to me, they start watching, because they didn't understand a concept, they'll go on YouTube, they try to understand that concept, and then they will come to me. Once they come to me, they'll see, wow, what did they miss? And I'm self-praising myself, I'm not denying that, but that's a fact. If you watch one particular video where I'm explaining a concept, you will see the difference, that what you really missed. For you till that time, that was the best part, till the time you have studied. But when you saw the difference, this is where it will help you in the real PMP exam, because the real PMP is all about concepts. If your fundamentals, if your concepts are not strong, if you don't have the right mentor or support with you, it becomes very difficult to pass the PMP exam. I'm not saying make me your mentor. Please don't take me wrong for that. What I'm saying is have someone who really cares for you to make sure that you pass the exam. It can be anyone. Reason number 2, time management issues. Now in time management issues, sometimes, when I get these people who fail the exam, I always, talk to them over the phone, over a Zoom, and try to understand why they failed. And this is one of my favorite questions which I ask them, which is, were you able to complete the test on time? And their response is, Varun, I missed attempting 10 questions. I was not properly, it took me time to do the first 60 questions. So instead of spending 80 minutes, I probably spend 100 minutes in first 60 questions, and then I have to rush through the entire remaining questions, and I end up missing up 10-15 questions. That is the reason why you failed the exam. And do you know why you spend 100 minutes in first 60 questions? Because your fundamentals and logic were not that great. Once again, guys, PMP exam is all about scenario based questions. If your fundamentals are not strong, then you will always rush through the entire test and the results may not be favorable. So make sure when you start, you are looking at the timer, time yourself. I've recorded one video. I'll give you the link in the description of this YouTube, where I'm explaining my 80-80-70 rule. It's a actual must watch video before the final PMP exam. Don't watch it now, because I still have to tell you the most important reason. After this video, go and watch that video where you will see what 80-80-70 rule is. For first 60 questions, spend 80 minutes. Second 60 questions, spend another 80 minutes. But for last 60 questions, spend 70 minutes. How you have to time it off. All that I have explained in that particular video. So time management is your number 2 reason. Number 1 reason why most of the people fail the PMP exam. People do not wear the PMI hat. What do I mean by that? When you are attempting a question, you do not have that PMI mindset, which is very, very important in order to get a question right. You may have 20 years of experience, but you have to have that mindset while answering the question. When you are reading a question, they might ask you, as a project manager, what should you do next? A, do the root cause. B, do the impact analysis. C, talk to your stakeholder. So these options are so related with each other. Sometimes the answer might be doing the impact analysis. Sometimes the answer might be find out the root cause. Sometimes the answer would be to communicate, to being ethical by communicating to the stakeholders. Or sometimes the answer would be to do the change request. All these questions can be very, very tricky. And if you don't have the right PMI mindset, then you may end up selecting the wrong answer choice. Most of the time, you will end up with 2 very similar close answers. And if you don't know these minute differences, you may end up making a mistake. So once again, top 5 reasons why somebody fails the PMP exam. Number 5, being lazy. Number 4, being overconfident. Number 3, you did not get the right mentor or support. Number 2, time management issues. And the most important, did not wear the PMI hat. So if you have learned something good in this video, please don't forget to hit on the like and subscribe button. I keep on coming with these videos to make sure you learn something good about your PMP, and most importantly, you pass the PMP exam with flying colors. Once you hit the subscribe, you will directly get a notification from YouTube on my new videos, and I keep on making these new videos. Also, if you think there are other reasons why people fail the PMP exam, do mention those reasons in the comments below, because I'm trying to gather all this data from my students and not my students also, so that I can help more and more people. So I really need your help over here to give me other reasons why people may fail the PMP exam in their first or second attempt. Now on the left, you would see my favorite video where I'm explaining those 15 PMP questions, and on the right, you will see another important conceptual video from my YouTube channel. So thank you so much, and enjoy and happy studying.